We proud of who we are. Me a wandang bagalmo, and I wandang jangman jongo, my brother. I find the bus pull up jabang, we go still chop out my sister. As you know, the Northwest is one of the 10 regions of the country, which actually has some political and social issues, crises, and we deplore the loss of lives. And the Regional Assembly comes at a critical moment, and where we think that it calls for actions that will address core issues. And we've had 6 months of work, and what we were doing essentially was meeting with one and all in the region. Some of the people, illiterates, as some people call them, and people of all walks of life. This was to get an idea of the real concerns, the interests of the people. From this work, we found out that we need a different paradigm. The most important being putting the person and the people at the center of all that we do. A lot of people ask us, where's the money, where are the roads, where are the things? But if those things come and the people are not considered, there's no esteem for these people, and they don't feel like they belong, I don't think we will gainfully use these resources in an efficient manner. That is why we think our development process is a triad. The most important being the people in society, and looking at the individual, his nuclear, the wider family, the community, the village, the subdivision, division, the region, the nation, Cameroon, and the wider world after the continent. It is important so that we build a mindset of people who are happy to contribute not only to their well-being, but see their place in society. That is why we allowed the creation of the Regional Assembly, which, as you know, has as composition our traditional leaders, these rulers who rule over a heritage, a cultural, a sociological, and anthropological heritage. People clamored to take part in the management of their affairs. So we think that the process of looking at the talents, the gifts, and what is found locally, including the culture, the language, expression, the expression in dress, in mannerisms and all. This has to be brought to the center of our existence, and I bet you that will constitute elements of the mind change to make sure that the core values of the region remain and are sustained for better development. These core values are 5. We got this from the people. They are peace, justice, unity, hard work, and solidarity. And it is in this light that we captioned a logo, which on the one hand showed that this region is an important region in the Republic of Cameroon. The Republic of Cameroon that has a monument of reunification which is the family, the Cameroonian family, and the coat of arms of Cameroon, and the peace plant, and the communication tool, the proverbial Northwest Regional Gong. All of this with a caption of You na me na you, we be we, which brings not just consideration and esteem, but it brings everyone to the table. Everyone counts, and no one will be left behind. To do all of this, the people, we need to go back to moral rearmament. You would see that most of these things are serious concerns and projects of government. But now we carry them as the state is working with the national government and all. We work with the population. Remember, it's the population that voted us through their councillors. So you will understand that this process has to happen at reshaping the mindset of the people, giving the people a sense of belonging, having the people themselves come to the table and not expect someone else to give their voice. That is what we think. They want to be parties to their development. And so the aspect of social cohesion, local action by locals is very important. And to get to the next phase of our developmental triad, finances, which is what everyone virtually asks me, have they sent the money? The finances are only as good as the mindset and what the mind intends to do with the money. So, once we are getting this new narrative and mindset, we now also will put people in confidence, and you find out that we can have local mobilization of money through the community spirit in the Northwest. You remember Njangi? You've heard that, that's Northwest. Remember cooperatives, the community cooperative movement, even in microfinance. These were all developed in the Northwest region before they spread around the country and elsewhere. So we need to go back to the character of the Northwesterner, source their ethos to bring out that dynamism, those talents that will build a new Northwest. And this is what we call rebranding, with language policies, with policies that will give them the strength to use them. I have, in the last 6 months, been amazed with the inventions by young people. So we need to re-question our paradigm of how we nurture and build the children with their talents and evaluate them in their own environment with their own skills set and talent rather than schemes that come from elsewhere. I think this narrative will carry the compass back to the people taking care of their lives. And of course they can mobilize money, but if they are confident, if they have self-esteem, they will be in a better position to interact with their fellow countrymen, irrespective of which region they are from. They will bring positively their contribution to the table. And why not? To the diaspora, to the international scene. And truly show the talents and gifts that God has given this nation. And when you now can have finances and resources from local mobilization, regional, national, and international, you need to have a good project with transparent and governance by those who have a stake. And that is why we have a project to start the Northwest Development and Investment Fund. This will permit every single one who wants to, people of good fortune, goodwill, who want to invest, they will. Because where you have a stake, where there is an interest, there will be action. So if you have a Northwest Development and Investment Fund that is open to everyone, no one is left out, I bet you in its governance, people will have an eye. You can see, therefore, that our triad for development is people-based, using the ethos, the character of the people from their natural constituents with their values to carry the missions to their vision being well-being and a future brighter than today, than yesterday. So the take-home message is that the special status is not a special status in the law books. The special status has to be an action, a daily action. The special status was to bring all the components of that community to where policies and decisions in the region are taken. That is why, instead of a council, we have an assembly with 2 chambers. That's special. We have the public independent conciliator. That is special. This will help to decrease the backlog of cases in the courts, in the judiciary. There are some little issues that can be settled by the public independent conciliator. He can also look at government services of the assembly, to redress certain issues or wrongs. That is special, madam. The commissioners, they are special. I feel that this is a paradigm that gives an avenue for all people of goodwill to bring their fortunes for a collective enterprise for our people. That, I tell you, ask that each one should ask not what the special status is or is coming to us, but should ask, what is special about me to bring to the special status? And I think if we can put in our innovations, our inventions into that special status, the Northwest and Cameroon will be more attractive, will be more competitive, and tomorrow will be a better day. I urge you and all to work with the Regional Assembly so that we don't spend time looking backwards, but we look forward and especially build through tomorrow through our ingenuity and social engineering.
If you know say you be proud of your beginning, make you the shine your light. Just follow me, oh, follow me, shine your light.